Hello, YouTube, and welcome to The Real Siberius. In this episode, I wanted to talk about what LeBron's first super team looked like. I recently did a video about LeBron saying that Jordan played on a super team and kind of broke that down, and I will make that comparison in this video. But let's take a look and see what the big three, which LeBron says does not count as a super team, actually looks like. So we start with D Wade. These are all career stats because I used career stats in my previous video, and I want to make sure that the comparison is equal. So D Wade averaged 22 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, and 5.4 assists. Chris Bosh averaged 19.2 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 2.0 assists. LeBron averaged 27 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 7.4 assists. Ilgauskas averaged 13 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, and 1.1 assists. Ilgauskas, people certainly don't consider part of a super team, but the reality is, if you look at his numbers in comparison to the majority of the players on the Bulls, I mean, he's better all around. And I don't think you can take him out of what helped the Heat win some of their rings. So here, let's look in comparison to the Bulls, where Kerr was averaging 4 points, Rodman was averaging 2.8, Luke Longley 7.2, Cartwright 13.2, Kukoc 17.3, Paxson 7.2, and of course the lifesaver, Scottie Pippen, 16.1. So that is a stark contrast, and I think everyone would agree LeBron had more help. Just because he didn't capitalize on that help doesn't mean he didn't have the help. So I find it interesting that he would make the bold, ridiculous statement that Jordan played on a super team with people that, quite frankly, he probably wouldn't even allow on his team because their numbers aren't going to benefit him. But when he has D Wade, Bosh, and Ilgauskas, that's not enough help. I just wish somebody could make it make sense to me. So you essentially have three players on your team that are averaging probably 21 points per game, 22 points per game between the three of you. And that's not enough. That's not enough to get it done. I think the main difference, and one of the things that I struggle with the most, is if you look at all of the players that Jordan played with, Kerr and Longley and Cartwright and Paxson, he made those players great. If you look at them before they played with Jordan and after they played with Jordan, it fails in comparison to when they played with Jordan. So I think that just illustrates his leadership and how his expectation of excellence elevated the players around him. And then if you look at LeBron, who had players that were essentially playing at the same level that he was, and Bosh, I mean, essentially took a third player role in order to play on that team, so his numbers dropped significantly. LeBron isn't elevating anyone. He's not making anyone better. And if any fanboys want to contest this, bring the receipts. Show me the proof. Give me examples with video evidence that LeBron elevated teammates around him. I don't think you can. I don't think you can make a valid, legitimate argument and back it up. You can claim it all you want, but I don't think so. And then for LeBron to have the balls before he ever won a championship to say they were going to win not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, and then to only win two before jumping ship, I think that says everything that you need to know about LeBron. Overpromise, underdeliver. That should be his nickname, because that's what he does. Overpromise, underdeliver. While Jordan, on the other hand, said that the Bulls would make the playoffs every year, they did. Not only are they 6-0 in the finals, which is impressive enough on its own, but it's 2 3-peats. I think that's something that gets left out of the 6-0 far too often. 6-0 means you could have played for 10 years and won and lost and won and lost and won and lost. But no, he won 3, retired, played baseball, came back, won 3. Especially since in 95, when he came back, he didn't play the entire season. I'm not saying that that doesn't count. I mean, he should have beat the Magic and didn't. And I don't make excuses. He should have. I was going to say, if he wasn't ready, if his body wasn't in shape to play basketball, then he should have waited until it was. That's just the reality of it. I still think they did pretty well, but the reality is they lost. But then they came back and three-peated again. So, as I've said in a number of my videos, failure is a part of the process. And you learn from failure. And like they said in The Last Dance, there was no way that entire summer after Jordan lost to the Magic, that's all he was thinking about. That was his driving force. It gave him all the fuel that he needed to come back and crush them. And then they swept him the next year. So having the balls to say that Jordan played on a super team and you didn't, that's just unsubstantiated lies. That's all that is. And you wonder why you have to beg for your damn respect. Act in a respectful manner and people might respect you, but you haven't. In the entirety of your career, you've never acted in a respectful manner. You don't prop up your teammates. You don't give credit where it's due. You throw people under the bus. You flop. You team hop. You build super teams. I personally don't see a single thing to respect about you or your career, period. I just think that's the way that it is. And it genuinely disgusts me, A, that people consider you in the GOAT debate, because that's just absolutely not a thing. But that people think you're an all-time great, period. I don't understand how anybody could make a valid argument for that being the case. I mean, the only go-to that they have is longevity. Oh, well, he has the most points all time. Well, who gives a shit? He also has the most turnovers, most missed shots, most finals losses, most playoff losses. So as many things as you can claim that he's great at, there's just as many things that show he's not and never was. Anyway, that's all my thoughts on this. I just wanted to make a video pointing out he absolutely did play on a super team. He actually played on 4, if not 5 super teams, and just because they weren't successful doesn't mean they weren't super teams. Anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it. As always, I want to give a shout out to the content creators that have inspired and continue to inspire me. Uncommon Sense, Angry Old Hoops, Self-Researched NBA Facts, 93Z, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncut Hoops, Scap Attack, The Basketball Show, Speam Engine, In Your Face Hoops, Eddie TV. I appreciate all that you guys do. I appreciate your takes, your perspective, and your humor. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.